Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day, and thank you so much for joining. The second complaint that constantly comes to me is my husband is crazy, insensitive. I just don't understand. He never ever helps me with the kids. He never gets involved. I mean, it's our kids. It's our chores. It's our appointments. Why does everything always fall on my shoulders? And to be honest with you, I cannot give an answer for your individual case, but as a general rule, this is my answer. And yeah, this is something that really needs to be worked through with families, because many men will just copy or mimic their fathers, even if their father was wrong. So if their father never did a thing at home, it almost feels like I will not be a man. I will be like this wimp that has to help out. So this is a very logical rule. The logical rule is that if the man is out there 9, 12, 15 hours a day, and part of this union is that he will bring in the finances, and the wife, you, the mother, will take care of the children, will take care of all the stuff that they need to have, which is school, which is homework, which is feeding them, cooking, so on and so forth, then that's your part. So he gets out there and hustles for 9, 12, or 15 hours, and you do the same at home. So in that case, it's almost 50-50, where you're both working extremely hard and when you both really deserve a break. In that case, I'm not sure if when your husband is done his 9 hours or 12 hours, he should get involved with another hour, 2, 3 hours or more. Definitely, he needs to get involved from his point of view, is just to engage with the children, to show an interest. Because then those children turn in many times into narcissists or low self-image or low self-esteem, because my father doesn't have time because he's busy providing, but the message my brain subconsciously gets is that I'm not worthy. And I've heard this literally from hundreds of teens and adults tell me they would rather live in a smaller house and have way less, but to have a father. And I see this all the time. So obviously the father has to be involved. But there are times when I speak to the mothers and I find out, the first thing I find out exactly his schedule and her schedule. And in a very diplomatic and kind way, I basically tell the wife, well, I understand you're tired and you're exhausted and you do need a break, but he had the same 12 or 15 hours. Now, one woman, this is one of the cutest things that came out of her when I spoke to her about it. And she basically said to me, I love how honest she was. And she said to me, my love language is doing deeds, is doing service. So I feel like he doesn't love me when he doesn't help out. So that was a very, very interesting way of thinking of things. And I'm so happy that she was vulnerable with me and we were able to work out. Now, in the situation that both parents are out working for 9 to 12 hours, boy, oh boy, does the father have to get big time involved, maybe even 50%. Now, I'm not saying you got to be at home with a ruler, but this is something that we really, really need to work out. And to be honest with you, many times it's not that your husband doesn't have to get so much involved because he works 12 or 15 hours out of the house. And it's not that you got to do it, but you as a mother don't have to do it either. Sometimes we just need outside help. Well, you can't afford it. Oh, I feel like I could spend hours. I deal so much with this, but I'll be brief. People always tell me, but we can't afford it. But then when I ask them the square footage of their house, you could think 12 people live there. Now, I understand that you want this large house. I understand you want this beautiful place. I understand you want this beautiful tennis court. I understand you want it all. But if you want all that, basically you can't have everything. And if you could, please go ahead and earn more money so you could get more help. But sometimes I really question people, not to embarrass them or to put them down in any way. I challenge them with their budgeting, with their finances, and there usually isn't a clear picture, because you could live in a 2,200 square foot versus a 37 square foot, which then the insurance costs more, the heat and cooling costs more, the property, everything costs more. When your family is young, what our children need more than feeding them, more than clothing them, is they need our love, they need our nerves, they need our attention. So we sometimes create these budget, let's say, I'm talking about the average person, not the poor, not the rich. Let's say we create these budgets of $150,000, $300,000, and just by changing a few things, we can knock down the budget for $75,000 a year, and then we could have the external help. So you as a wife don't have to keep on chewing on your husband's ear that's exhausted and drained from his issues at work that he doesn't even tell you because he's embarrassed to tell you, because or else he won't be a man. But he is challenged. Not all men, but many. And then you're frustrated, he's frustrated. It has a toll on the marriage. This financial stress, this lack of help that you as a mother deserves and need, creates a lot of stress. If you want more details within your situation, feel free to reach out. You have all my details in the description below. Maybe with just a few sessions we can make some magic, because you deserve a life. Only because you're a mother, that doesn't mean you have to be stressed out and not live. A devoted mother doesn't mean an unhealthy mother. A devoted mother doesn't mean a mother that doesn't take care of herself. A devoted mother does not mean a mother that cannot breathe. And guess what? Not necessarily is it your husband's responsibility either. But again, your details in your situation may vary from the two groups that I just explained in this clip. Thanks for joining, and thanks for remembering that you are way greater than you think you are.